What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rise Sideways, and I just wanted to put out this video for you guys, show you guys my custom tactics and tell you what works and what doesn't basically in game. If you guys are trying to hit elite and are struggling, I know how tough it can be, and honestly with those custom tactics we should end up top 100 this weekend, but I had to rush like 20 games on Saturday because I couldn't play on Sunday, so basically I ended up getting like 6 losses on Saturday after starting 20-1, and that one was a disconnect, which was very stressful, and I ended up like staying on the line with EA trying to call them for like 4 hours, which they ended up telling me that they can't reset my progress and they could only give me 2 free packs which were untradeable, and I got absolutely nothing in them, so that was super frustrating. But this is not about me, guys. I'm gonna try and show you guys my custom tactics and explain to you what each one of them does, and hopefully you can use them and give them a go and tell me if they work for you. And yeah, for those of you that don't know me, I used to Twitch a lot back in the day, but I got really busy with college and I made it my priority type thing, and I just recently graduated, so I'm gonna be hoping to put out like some YouTube videos and help you guys become better FIFA players. So yeah, if you guys enjoy the starter content, please be sure to subscribe, so it motivates me to put out like good videos for you guys. Without further ado, I'll show you guys the team I was rocking with. It was this team right here with Alessandrini up top, and I'll show you guys what I do in game and the custom tactics in a second, but I'll review each player too and like how much effect they had on my squad. Basically Courtois, in my opinion, best goalie in the game. I've used him last FIFA, I'll use him this FIFA. He comes out on corners and he's 6'6", even though he's not maybe as good as De Gea, he's still like fantastic for me. He stops them long shots, which I feel like De Gea doesn't do sometimes. Even though like De Gea is better on one-on-ones, Courtois is just like taller, and he's a lot cheaper, almost half the price if not like more than De Gea, so I would definitely give this guy a go. He's a freaking tank for only 90k coins. Now for Bailly, as you guys see on the screen right here, he's had almost 400 games for me, honestly, and arguably the best center back in the game. I haven't had like tried or used the center back as good as Bailly, even though I've used like almost every center back in the game. So yeah, he's a solid defender and he's not going anywhere in my opinion. I'm gonna keep him. Now for my right back, I have Valencia right here, and as you guys see on the screen, he has 47 games with only 3 goals and 6 assists. Now it should be a lot more because I put my right back on left back on like overlap instead of stay back while attacking. And I had Walker there who had like 200 games before this, but I don't know, Valencia was super hyped on the internet, and every time I came up against him he gave me like trouble, so I was like might as well try him for this weekend, but I'll probably end up going back to Walker for next weekend. They're the same price, and oh yeah, the main reason I switched to Valencia is because he's a high work rate compared to Walker, who's a high medium. So that's the only plus side to having Valencia in my opinion. Now for David Luiz, honestly it shows that he's only had 8 games, but it's not true because he played at like 30 games at the beginning and then he was getting manhandled by fast players, so I sold him and then I bought him back because in my opinion I can't find a better center back that works for me. He was on a shadow cam earlier, but I switched him to anchor, and I feel like he's doing better on anchor than on shadow, just because like when he was on shadow he wasn't like aggressive enough and I needed him when I needed him to be. So like players like Mane were close to him and I would press B and he wasn't like knocking them down to the floor or whatever, or like pushing them even. So yeah, I switched him to anchor. He seems to be doing a lot better. I had Sandro here for the longest time, who is arguably also the best left back in the game. In my opinion, last FIFA, Sandro was the best left back in the game. He had over 700 games for my club. But this year, I personally like Alba like better, even though he's only on 7 chem. I just feel like Alba is the best left back in the game this year. I'm not going to talk too much about the left back position, but Rui Costa, we ended up doing the Rui Costa SBC, the 90 rated card. I love his physical, I love his passing, his finishing is 75, and honestly, in game, I know like a lot of players YouTubers that reviewed the card said his finishing in game is a lot higher than 75, but no, Honestly, he finishes like a 75. He misses a lot of sitters. His strength is like definitely a key part, and his passing is amazing. His stamina is amazing. Overall, a great card, but I don't know if I would have done that SBC for 500,000 coins. I could have put that in another player that is tradable, you know what I'm saying? For Bakayoko, you can pick up this card right now for only 10,000 coins, and he is absolutely mental for 10,000 coins, guys. As you guys see on the screen, he has almost 200 games for me. Not a lot of goals or not a lot of assists, but trust me, guys, he breaks up plays like no other card in the game. You guys are going to need him on your squad, especially with that medium work rate. I put him on stay back while attacking as a CDM, and he breaks up plays like a monster. Now, Jesus, I don't need to talk a lot about this card. This card has been used by almost every single FUT Champs player this year. Just because, honestly, like, even though he's only 81 rated, this card, and even though his like skill moves are dropped from 5-star in the last FIFA to 4-star in this FIFA, he still is amazing, guys. His finishing is amazing, honestly. Look at that return. He has almost 211 goals and 170 assists for an 81 rated card, guys. That is absolutely crazy. Now for the top front three, like almost all of them I was using for in this weekend league for the first time, and if it wasn't for Mbappe, I wouldn't have done anywhere near as good as I did this weekend. But Mbappe is the key man. As you guys see on the screen right there, 66 games played, 61 goals, and 47 assists. That's an absolutely retarded return, guys. And I picked up Neymar for almost 600,000 coins, which is a lot of money. And his return is great, as you guys see on the screen right there. 48 games played, 44 goals, 19 assists. But honestly, like, he missed a lot of sitters when he shouldn't have, and if he would have scored those sitters, I could have finished Elite 1 or top 100 easily. I'm not saying like I didn't get to Elite 2 without him, because I had Martial in that position before. But anyways, I'd definitely try to pick up Ronaldo or something, but I'm probably not gonna have enough coins. And it was crazy, honestly, this weekend league, how many teams I came up against that had Ronaldo and Bale, and in my opinion, those two are like almost the two best players in the game. So I don't understand where those people are getting all their coins from. Like, I don't understand. Ronaldo by himself is almost 2 million coins. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. Alessandrini, I know his stats show like that he's a good looking card. 93 pace, 85 shooting, 81 passing, 75 physical, 85 dribbling, and he's a high medium. I just felt like he wasn't getting up the field enough for me when I needed him to, even though he's a high attacking work rate. And I just felt like I'm not gonna say he missed a lot of sitters, but it's just like he wasn't getting in a position to score even. So I would definitely try to use Sterling there instead next weekend, or hopefully get some coins from our rewards and even get Bale. I really want to get Bale, but then I can't play Mbappe. Anyways, we'll talk more about that in another video. Without further ado, I'll show you guys what I do in game. This is basically what I do in game. I switch to a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I put Bakayoko on stay back while attacking. I put Bakayoko and stay back while attacking, and Rui Costa and stay forward. Oh wait, not Rui Costa, sorry. Okay, so this is in game. Neymar goes to cam, and Rui Costa goes to left center mid. Jesus right there, and Alessandrini on the left, so he can shoot with his left foot across goal. But yeah, both of them on getting behind. I know a lot of people put getting behind and press the back line, but honestly it doesn't make a difference for me, so I just put him on getting behind. And then Rui Costa only on get forward. Jesus stays neutral, but the reason we put get forward for Rui Costa is because he's a medium work rate, and sometimes he doesn't get up the field when I need him to, so I put him on get forward, and I seem to be scoring a lot of more goals with him that way. My left back and right back, I do not touch them. Even though everyone puts them on stay back while attacking, I'm a lot more effective when they're not stay back while attacking, so I would definitely give those player instructions a go. And now for the custom tactics, I'll explain each single one of them, but basically this is what I used this weekend, and it did wonders for me. Basically, for the build-up play and the speed, it's a really tough one, but it's like how fast your players will push up the field. and anything too fast, and it's not good, because obviously your players are way too fast getting up the field that they're out of position, and you risk being countered too easily. And anything too slow, you are not countering yourself when there's the chance to counter. So over the course of 90 minutes, guys, you want to set it at 70. You'll have a good amount of opportunities to build up play and possession. And if there's a chance for a breakthrough with a counter attack, then on 70 you'll still be able to counter, guys. It's right on the edge between fast and balanced. Now for passing, I set this on 55. You can set this on 50, honestly, if you're still getting used to those custom tactics. But 55, my player just makes like that little bit of an edge getting behind. When it was like 50, it's still great on 50, but yeah, anything less than 50 is not too great in my opinion, and anything more than 55, it's too risky. Honestly, your players are going to be shifting away from looking to receive a long ball, compared to if it was on 30, then your player is going to be looking to receive a short pass. So you want to leave it balanced between 50 and 55. And now for positioning, obviously on organized, because when you're building up your play from your half, you don't want your center back pushing up to like a center mid to try and receive a pass or something. You want him to stay as a center back. So set this on organized, guys. And then for passing, like I said, I've tried every single value for passing, from 30 to 40 to 50 to 60. And honestly, when I put it on 60, it gets a little bit too risky, and the opponent is able to get the ball off me a little bit easier. And when I set it on 55, it's just a little bit of an edge between safe passing, which is like 50, and risky passing, which is like 60. I put it on 55, and it seems to be working for me, guys. And for crossing, I know the game tells you it's how often your player is going to be looking across, or like how often your players are going to be looking to receive a cross into the box or whatever. But honestly, it's not true at all. If I set this higher, doesn't mean I'm going to be crossing more, and if I set it lower, doesn't mean I'm going to be crossing less. So I set it on 40, and I seem like that seems to be working best for me. And my players seem to be making better runs that way. And I've used 40 on the last FIFA as well. Just seems to be the best tactic for crossing, in my opinion. And for shooting, also, I know the game is going to tell you it's how often your players are going to position themselves and outside the box to take a shot, or how frequent you're going to be taking shots. But I'm a player that doesn't shoot from outside the box at all, and I set this on 65, and I still do damage, because my players do filthier runs when they're set on 65 compared to any other amount. And I know a lot of people, like a huge gorilla who's the best FIFA player in the world, who won the FIFA Interactive World Cup, sets this at 55, and I used that and I got a lot of success with it. But I just end up going back to 65, because sometimes my players make better runs for me on 65 than 55. So you guys can try 55 and 65 and let me know what works for you. And for positioning, everyone uses freeform here, and it's for a reason. It's because this will affect how your players are going to be making runs in the final third of the pitch, and you don't want to become too predictable and too stiff. You want to slice your opponent. Sometimes you want to get saucy in the final third of the pitch, because that's the place where you can get unpredictable, or you need some creativity. So obviously put it on freeform, unless you're playing like a 4-2-3-1 wide, and you want to put it on organized, because you want to know where your players are gonna make their runs, and you don't want them drifting away from their position too much. But yeah, for the formation we're using, which is a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, freeform works best. For defense, this is arguably the most important, actually not arguably, this is definitely the most important tactic in the game, and the hardest one to perfect. I set my pressure on 70, guys, and it's questionable, because a lot of you guys are going to be like, that's high, your pressure, you're going to get ripped apart or whatever. But I used to play on 55. I started getting ripped apart with this new FIFA. If you let your opponent start building up passes, he's going to wreck you. And anything less than 55, it's game over for me. And I used to put on 65, also a great value, but when there was those 50-50 challenges, when I had it on 65, I wasn't winning those challenges. And then when I set it up to 70, my players were better at getting the ball. So it's crazy how these little things make a difference, but they do, honestly, guys. Try these custom tactics and let me know what you think about them. The aggression 65, which is balanced, I used to put on 75, but then sometimes I like my players are out of position way too easily trying to press the player or the ball holder. So I set it down to 65, and it seems to be the perfect balance between aggressive and not aggressive. And any less, I'm risking like just being too mellow and letting the opponent build up, and any more I'm risking being too aggressive. So trust me guys on this, try 65. It's perfect. You don't need any more or any less. And for team width, now this is a tricky one because it tells you it's how far away from each other your defenders will stand. And basically, since I play an offside trap, know that offside trap on the screen is not a mistake. I do play an offside trap. It just seems like I feel like it works better for me than cover, because I want my defenders to be sticking close to each other and then moving up the field as a unit and like catching the opponent offside or like whatever. Just seems to be working this way, guys. Give those custom tactics a go, and if they work for you, please let me know. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, please drop a like and subscribe. I'll be trying to put out a lot more YouTube content for you guys. It's been your boy Ride Sideways, and I'm out. Peace.